my name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not already done so, please subscribe to my channel and follow me on social. All of the links are down below. Today I wanted to do a video about motivation. A couple of you guys sent me some DMs. I know you guys see me on Instagram stories, cycling early in the morning, and just kind of doing my thing. A couple of you guys asked me how I stay motivated and how I stay on track. So I thought I'd do a quick video about that. And if you're wondering why I'm wearing this shirt, I thought this would be the perfect shirt to wear for this video. Red Hook, Brooklyn, number 11 is right around the corner. And that was really like a big part of my motivation process. So I thought I would go ahead and pull out my crew shirt. I went last year and I got to volunteer on the track. It was like a really amazing experience and it was a huge source of motivation for me. So this was just the appropriate shirt, timing, and topic-wise. So to get started, I wanted to talk a little bit about the starting point for motivation. For me, motivation is like a totally fleeting experience. Like one day it's there, one day it's not. It's like that like horrible boyfriend that you never want to have, like comes and goes as he pleases, ghosts on you. That's how I feel about motivation. So I don't rely on motivation to get me through my day. There's days where I wake up and I'm super motivated, and there's other days where I just don't want to do anything. So it is not a reliable source of action for me, so I don't rely on it. What I do rely on is just systemic processes for me, which actually started last year at Red Hook. I went there with the intention of getting to know the track, getting to know the people, so that this year I could go and race. So it's happening for me, so I'll be able to tell you firsthand what the process was. For me, the first thing is to know where you are and know where you're going. It's very difficult to figure out either if you don't know where, it's very difficult to figure out where you're going if you don't know where you are. So first and foremost, know where you are. For me, going to Red Hook really showed me where I was. Seeing all of the athletes, all of the cyclists there, really showed me that although I thought I was a pretty fast cyclist and I thought I was dedicated, it showed me that what you think you are versus where you actually are is two completely different things. So for me, it was really recognizing that I was more or less a hobby cyclist, which is totally okay if your goal is not to be, like a leveled up cyclist. But for me, it was my goal, so I wasn't taking the necessary actions. I was only cycling in groups on the weekends, whenever I felt like it. No real sense of like how I was doing. I wasn't measuring much of my progress. I had a Strava account for about a year. I had logged in a total of one time. So it really showed me that I wasn't actually taking my cycling as seriously as I thought. So that helped me to know where I was. I also knew where I wanted to go because I saw the athletes there. I saw them compete. I got to course marshal the women's and men's finals. So being able to be that close to those athletes showed me that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an athlete. So as far as, at least in my cycling world, I wanted to be an athlete. So that showed me where I wanted to be. So knowing where I was to knowing where I wanted to be, that helped me chunk down the process of everything in between so I could figure out how to get that done. The next big thing for me was to change my environment so that it lined up with my goals. It wasn't going to be conducive for me to eat the same foods and have the same lifestyle habits and even have the same friends if I was going to really level up. It was important for me to start spending time with those people who had already been on the level that I wanted to be on for a while. So it was important for me to hang out with cyclists who were training more seriously. It was important for me to hang out with friends and get to know people who took their nutrition more seriously. I needed to cut things out of my environment, my personal choices, such as smoking cigarettes or, weekend binge drinking with my friends. All of those things needed to go because they didn't line up to now the goal that I had figured out, which is that I wanted to be an athlete. Up until probably in the last 6 to 7 months, I didn't even feel comfortable calling myself an athlete because I wasn't doing the things that an athlete would be doing. So it's very important that you clean up your environment and ask yourself, if I was an athlete now, how would I behave? And if that means you're not going to be smoking, drinking, sleeping until 11, cycling whenever you want, then you need to identify those things for yourself and get on it. The third thing is going to be to take action. Once you identify what those little things are, lifestyle changes you need to make, you need to take action immediately. I put that immediately part there as like the biggest stressor, because if you think about it too long, you will convince yourself to not do anything. A lot of you guys ask me how I stay up on going cycling at 5 in the morning by myself. In the beginning, it was scary. Like, I didn't want to go out to Key Biscayne in Florida, which is where I like to cycle. I didn't want to go there by myself. I had never been there by myself unless, like, I'd only gone in groups with friends. So to go there at 5 in the morning by myself and start my training out that way, wasn't the most comfortable thing. It's something that I had to like grow into, and now I love it. If I don't do it, I feel weird. But there's definitely a process, and it took me taking action. I remember one of my girlfriends, Liz, came over and she was asking me, I was putting away laundry, and she was asking me why I kept walking into the hallway. And I told her, I was like, hey, you know, I actually have my cycling clothes in the like linen closet by my bathroom, so that when I wake up in the morning and then go to the bathroom and come out, like, I have no reason to go back into my bedroom where my bed is. Like, I can change, or where my closet is. Like, I'm gonna change right here and go the other way, which is out of my house, instead of back into my bedroom. And those are little things that I had to do in the beginning to make sure that I was gonna line up to my goals and take the necessary actions. There's so many great people on YouTube, different books, authors, teachers, leaders out there about how you can manage yourself a little bit better. Like, my favorite guys are like Brian Tracy, Mel Robbins, Napoleon Hill. All of those guys, I like religiously listen to their teachings so that I can kind of hack my own brain when I get the urge to not do anything or miss out on the things that I should be doing to get to my goals. So those are the 3 things that really help me stay on track. And it's also I love being on Strava because I can see where I am right now. Like, I'm past my yearly goal, like month to month. That makes me feel really good, and it helps me stay motivated. The one time motivation kicks in is when I do see progress. That's consistent for me. That's the only time I can count on motivation to show up, is when I actually see progress. I just feel so motivated. I want to go out the next day and do it again. So being able to measure what I'm doing is also very helpful. So those are my 3 tips on staying motivated and staying on track with getting what you want to get done with your life, whether it's your cycling or your any other goals. I think these 3 are pretty basic. So I hope that they've been helpful. Also super looking forward to seeing you guys at Red Hook this year. I got to meet so many of you, like Instagram Bike Fam, last year when I went to Brooklyn. So I hope for the same thing. This time I'll have my bike. So I hope that we get to cycle a little bit. I get to hang out and see a little bit more of New York and connect with you guys a little bit more. So until then, stay safe and ride on.